Hello everybody, it's CoKo back with some Let's Play Nightreign. So I haven't really fixed my PC build since the last session, unfortunately. So we might still have some issues. Oh, I see what happened. So because I had used the NVIDIA app to adjust the rendering settings, it turned auto detect off so it doesn't, try and switch it back to something else. That's all fine and dandy. Alright, let's load my player. CoKo, that's me. So if you recall from last time, we got through the tutorial stuff, walked around and explored this, yeah, look at this, my input is a mess. So I'm holding my control stick just directly up. And now down. And there was a bit there where it was just halting. And that's because I'm using Bluetooth, which I did last time on the stream too, and I struggled to get it to work with USB. I am having trouble with my USB ports. The microphone that I'm using, I unplugged the USB cable that was being used for my game controller and used that port for my microphone because my microphone wasn't being detected anymore. And that one was working last time. I don't think I experienced any issues with it. So something is up with USB on my system. My camera also didn't work with the USB cable on the last stream. That was before I started streaming, of course. But it took me a while to sort that out. And so with my controllers being its USB slot being taken, I was like, all right, I'll use Bluetooth. But, Bluetooth is going to have issues like lost packets, and right now it's behaving a bit better. No, see, look, my control stick is directly held up, and sometimes the character just stops. So I'm really regretting this PC build now, because even though it'll support Windows 11, something is up. Let's get to another session, though. I still didn't beat Tricephalus. I didn't even make it to Tricephalus. So I'm not going to be a mage this time. Yeah, let's do... Is there 3 of us here? That's me. And 2 buddies. There we go. The Mac Burger and Lifted Forerunner. So dope. Alright, let's see if I can do a little bit better this time in like being able to keep track with what's going on, and also combat, of course, and be useful to my teammates. It's awesome. I can't quite tell if like the where we drop is fixed. Looks like it's fixed. I was pressing the wrong button to set a pin. Alright, looks like they're following with me. This is a lot of fun. I don't really know what I'm doing, and I hope at some point this feels comfortable. And I can, like, actually do well. So notice my character stopped running there. That was a Bluetooth issue. Again. I'm just gonna have to live with it until I fix this. I think it's the same app, right? Ah, I see what it was. I was locked in unsheathed because that's the character ability. How do I remove this? There we go. Yeah, meteoric ore blade. That would be cool. How do I use it? Is it not the thing I use? I wish I knew. What is this unsheath? I don't know. I don't quite understand. I'm gonna have to work on that. It's definitely a pose. Oh god, these guys. Oh, jeez. I have to get above them somehow. Alright, we got a blood loss. Okay. How come it doesn't get equipped? So here? Okay, so that did something. So I should have 2 spells now on this thing. Oh, cool. That's a useful one. So that doesn't show up in my items. Can I, like, do some stuff from here? What does this do? I have no idea. So it's in the list. Maybe it upgrades your weapon while it's in your inventory. You can't use it. too early. So X discards. Let's throw away the warming stone. Alright, let's go with our buddies now. Oh, I didn't grab the fire pot, but it's fine. Are they up? And if they are, how did they get up there? Or are they underneath is like a tunnel? How do I zoom in? So this day one circle is starting to close in over here. So is this something we can get up? It is. Beautiful. They're not up here though, they just ran this way. I am doing so much better this time, and I don't... Oh shit, we're outside the... Is that a big worm face? Oh, it's a bell-bearing hunter. Yeah. Critical hits, huh? Oh, restore FP. Anyway, whatever. I still don't know exactly like how long those things last for, how good they are. So let me just check on the map. Yeah, I think that's the thing that restores FP, that tree thing. I haven't checked if the stream is up and running. Maybe I can do that while I'm running. Yeah, that horse attack. Come on, buddy. Focus on me. Let them... Let's get the big bonky stick. Oh, help me out. That took more damage than I expected. Thank you. I came back with exactly the same HP. I like having an archer guy on the team. Oh, come on. I was not near that. Someone? Anyone? Thank you, friends. I think it's like a mode. Oh, geez, what a place for me to have stood. Thank you. I wonder where they put the Site of Grace after this is done. I don't like any of these. Oh, I got a Banished Knight Greatsword. I like that, actually. Where'd my buddies go? What's that icon? I see. So, when I picked the church, it was a site of grace, which you kind of want to do after you fight like a boss. I think that's where they're going now. What's in here? I don't care about Starlight Shards. Oh, Jesus, what the fuck? Oh no, this is not a good place to die. I'm far away from everyone. I didn't know there was a whole colony of ants here. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm sorry, teammates. I let you down. Okay, I just lose a level. That's not so bad. Oh, I can get it back, right. I don't have time to get it back. Death is coming for me. Sure, I'll take a Wrangle Rot. Alright, I gotta get somewhere. Where are they? Are they down somewhere? Are they like in a... Oh no, this was not... This was not productive. No, 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 this is a bad place to be. I like how I'm going on my own crappy adventure because I got lost and died. And I died. So the ring around it is how fast until I get my death with level loss. So how close do I come back? Alright, right there. Bad dodge. I was going to help him. It's all three of us. They came back though before, so I think we get. Yeah, nice try. As long as I know if you're targeting me, I'm good. Uh-oh. Yeah, I was not in a good position for that. Uh-oh, he died too. He got hit by the firebolt. Firebolt. Come on, MacBurger. It's okay. We're coming back. I keep losing levels though, but I recover them with the runes, so it should be an innocuous. Oh, where's our guy? See, it looks like it's closing in. And I can't quite tell where it's going to end up. Oh, you had another attack. That was my bad. I am not doing enough damage. There you go. That's the one I missed last time. Trading blows, that's no good. Sweet. Fell omen, huh? Alright. you? There you are. Oh, I have pest threads? Since when? I should be taking way more screenshots. I don't want to know what's happening. Oh my god, one hit killed me. Thank you. Brilliant. We got you, Phil Omen. I don't think he has a penalty for going outside the ring. Oh, jeez. God damn that attack. It's the same thing that killed me last time. Yeah, having... Thank you. Yeah, I don't totally understand this move. Yeah. Awesome, we made it through the second night. Okay, damage negation, I guess. I don't know. What the fuck is happening? What is this? What on earth? Spirit shelter. Excuse me? Is this on the map? It is not. No, you can buy stuff. Okay. And then what? We leave? I guess you go out through the door. I need... Okay, so you can purchase, you can strengthen armament, and you can buy stuff. Or I said purchase already. Is there anything else you can do that I might have missed? This is wild. Where am I? Where are we? Oh my god. Is this before the final night boss, the Night Lord? Sorry for my runny nose. I need a tissue. I should have been taking way more screenshots. Wow. Okay, so this is the last boss. Are we gonna get sniped like with Radon? Oh my god. Why do you move so fast? God damn it. Oh, come on. did I get hit by that? Man, that was worthless hit. This is my last heal. I don't like that. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's 3 of them. This is insane. Yep, too slow. Macburger's down. Lifted Forerunner is down. We're all down. That's that. Wait, Lifted Forerunner's back. Yeah, get Macburger back. Good call. What the f... Immediately. Nicely done. Okay, separate it out again. Oh, come on. I dodged that. So that's 3 of those pie pieces. What a nightmare. Thank you. It takes forever to bring me back. Yeah, dodge the attacks. Dodge the attacks. Don't worry about me. I guess you lose the value of having put hits into me. Macburger's down. Alright, get him back first. Ah, he's down too. We're all down. It's tough. I made it further than the first night, or the first session. Awesome. I never got to 5 Estus flasks. I can't see my level there. We did do a bunch of the map. Very fun. And I got a bunch of these things. I pressed A again without going through it. I thought A like expanded the view. Helpful hints. Yeah, that's right. I was going to read those things before.
I am always... I can't believe it. Facing off against the night itself. If such is our fate, We must rise to the task.
You know it. You have anything new to say?
How can I help?
About the Night Lord.
The Night Lord takes the form of a three-headed beast.
Yep, I fought that.
Brave Nightfarers, travel to the distant land of Limveld. There, in the dead of the third night, this Dreadlord will await you.
I made
What
it.
is it? Did you encounter the beast?
I did.
That is our quarry. How did we allow so much time to slip by?
I don't know.
Speak as you wish. Fortune favors the well-prepared.
Okay, so... So they have a characteristic and a size. So I don't seem to gain any, what's the word? Any, like, experience or whatever beyond, these items. I phrased that weirdly. What I want to say is, nothing permanent seems to happen after an expedition. Okay. So, actually, before I fight an enemy that heads back, I want to try on these things. So, Curse Sword is the thing I was trying. And there's a bunch of stuff that comes with it once you're in Curse Sword mode. So, Y and left trigger is to sheath. I figured that out. Right button and right trigger are attack. Deflect. That's kind of cool. And that's the skill. Yeah, I figured that out too. And then you sheath the sword. And then I can... And then once I'm beasts... There's a roar attack too that I didn't use. And that. Dope. Let me try that again and see how the meter thing works. So I turn into a beast, and let's try an attack button. I don't see anything visibly changing. So it might just be time bound. And then my passive ability is Tenacity. Receive boost while recovering from status ailments. Okay. So that makes sense, like, if I'm afflicted with Scarlet Rot. Kind of like in Elden Ring, where there's, I forget the name of like, the talisman and stuff, but if Rot is in the vicinity, the Winged Sword insignia, so maybe that one. You know, you get a buff, a boost, and like you could take advantage of that, make it a whole play style. And this character seems to be, you know, using that play style. I want to try the Recluse again. Collecting affinity residues replenishes HP. I remember that. All right, so that's the spells, but I could pick up more staves and catalysts. Earth. And what did this do once they're in this state? I am recovering stuff from them when they are cursed. What the fuck? I still don't totally understand it. I might watch a YouTube video or something. Alright, and we've used Wilder before, so let's try him again, just to get a handle on some moves. So the 6 times cheat death a single time, that's pretty cool. Claw. I think I accidentally did onslaught strike. So if you hold Y, so hold Y, let me hold them both. Aha. So hold them both, you set the target, and then after you do that, you do whatever. And if, okay. Got it. And that's the charge and activate. Charge, activate. But if I just press it... Cool. Yeah, he's pretty easy to use. I think that's why you start as him. You get Cheat Death, which is a nice, like, newbie kind of ability. And then some combat tactics that are relatively easy to understand and use. And when I remember looking at the scaling for their various abilities, Wilder, is it Wilder? I keep getting names wrong in this. Was kind of like mid-level on everything, like jack of all trades kind of character, easy to use, can do everything decently well. All right. This is our first time trying the Guardian. Defensive type of ability. Might as well have somebody attacking us if we're going to leverage defense. So Steel Guard is... if you use left button plus B while guarding with shield. Oh, that. Okay. Yeah, wake up. And then you hold it. It seems to last for a little bit. Don't break my stamina. Alright, Whirlwind. Okay, Wings of Solomon. Dope. Wings of Salvation. So if you keep holding it right... It's an attack. Oh, let me keep holding it once he smacks the ground. Like, if I keep holding this, what does this do for me? Can I not be hit? It appears that way, right? Can I hold this forever? Yeah, I've got like that like bubble on me, and he's unable to do damage to me. Am I only able to do this forever because of the fact that I've got the training thing on? Let's try. So I'm going to use it, I'm going to hold it. Yeah, it's draining. I figured. I kind of want to know what Steel Guard does. Alright, I got a handle on him. It's pretty good. Let me get out of combat with you. Go back. Alright, Eagle Eye is a keenly observant eye. Discovers more items to obtain from foes. Cool. And then Marking is cut foe with dagger, creating temporary weak point. Oh, that's cool. And then Single Shot that surpasses sound and ignores any defense. That sounds cool too. Alright, equip a bow to fire arrows. Arrow stock is unlimited. Wielding a bow with both hands enables precision aiming. Great bows, crossbows, and ballistas are handled identically to bows. Hand ballistas, right? Not like the ones rooted to the ground. So while holding a bow with both hands, hold left button for precision aiming, just like in Elden Ring, I think. And then yeah, okay. So it should work the same way. Let's try against you. So firing arrows. Standard. So your special shot is a triple shot. That's cool. And then you got that, whatever that was called. The big shot. Big arrow. I forget. Doesn't matter. Alright, let's try Marking. Did I do it? I think so. Alright, now I need to turn these back on. Yeah, so that's the thing that he was doing. Okay. So let me equip the bow with both hands and then hold it down. And now can I aim? So I'm not quite sure how aiming works. Maybe I have to be in like free mode? No, because it pumps me out of it. So ideally you kind of want to line up enemies so that they're somewhat close to each other so they all get affected by that. Oh, neat. Okay, you're pretty fun. And last but not least is the tank. Cannot be knocked down during skill activations, so mega hyper armor. Retaliate and Totem Stella. That's the pole, like the thing that rises out of the ground. So let's try regular attacks, which are just the weapon art. Is there a plunging attack in this? And it's just the height where you can do a double jump up. I used up my FP. Yeah, retaliate is kind of cool. It's like somebody hits you, and you just probably, I guess, do that right after. I don't know. I think I get it. Yeah, the character I feel least comfortable with is the one that I did my first expedition with. And I love magic. I'm just like not clear on how this like FP replenishing system works. And like I don't know what branding foes with the blood sigil does. I might hold off on using the recluse. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, of course this is here. I was like, there's got to be a way to try out the various things. Amazing. Skills, sorcerers, incantations, armaments, whatever you want. Even consumables. Very cool. Yeah, a lot of the stuff from Elden Ring, and then they found a way to work the tiers into the mix. Yeah, it's basically just an item. Sweet. And then handbook if you want to learn more about those things. Oh, and there's things you can't even wield unless you're a certain level. Now, I'm going to assume that that might mean level that you're starting at in a night when you encounter these weapons during an expedition, but I might be wrong. I'm sorry for the yawn. Oh boy. Okay, cool. I get the sense of it. All right, where do we want to go now? I wanted to get out of this thing so I could use the map. Character selection, relic rights. Let's go to relic rights. I got a bunch of these now. A bunch of red ones and one yellow. Here it is. No, that's selling. I thought for a second I found like where leveling up is. So a bunch of red and one yellow. And I don't have anything that meets that criteria. And then there's somewhere where I can spend these things. The iron jar. Let's just use the shortcut. Visual codex. Journal. Let's take a look at the journal. I didn't really read these last time. Now might be a good opportunity. Or maybe I'll do another expedition and then read them. Let's go to the Small Jar Bazaar. I'm unclear on like whether or not I should use these right away for leveling my character. Probably not. So I mean, I meant like they're probably not used for leveling your character, and they're probably just for these things. I'd like to own all the gestures and things, but I haven't used them so far. Yeah, I'm still not really sure if I want to try, like, messing with the relic. I went to the garden before, but... Is there any reason to be here? Maybe something happens here later. You're still panning. Let's see if the other dude has something to say.
No task is too great or small, champion.
I think I asked him this before, right?
You wish to know about me? I began as one among many. A single cog in a great machine of war. But then I was selected for modification. It did not proceed. I was tossed where I began.
Yeah, I already asked him this. And he already answered.
There's nothing wrong with the drink. But I'd be delighted to see you sculpting again. That sort of talent.
Okay. So is that unique to this character? Is that why you're saying that? Was this guy a sculptor? Oh, I wonder if that's a way to learn more about the characters. What does a waiting room do? Hey, you're here now.
I fear I may succumb to sleep.
I want to get a screenshot of that.
Put the night sky to rights, to see its beauty once more.
To be honest, the night sky as it is now, with like that effect similar to Lancesax. Is that the Dream Dragon? Like it looks cool, but I get what we're trying to do.
I fear I may succumb to sleep.
I want to get a screenshot of her saying that, but without my character in the way.
I see.
I don't think that's possible. Unless, like... Yeah, forget it. I'll just, like, have my back to her or something. So I can see her face saying this.
I fear I may succumb to sleep.
Alright, you kind of zoom in when you do the dialogue.
Business concluded.
I suppose. Let's try this again.
I fear I may succumb to sleep.
Whatever. I tried enough to get a good screenshot. I don't know what makes this a waiting area. Like, this whole thing is a waiting area. So cool. All right, let's check out some of this codex information. Let's see if I can start getting a better mental map of this place. So over here, yeah, this was. I actually still want to check out this. What is this? View Victor's record. Level. Okay, so that's level 11. Different character. 11, level 12. Staff of Loss. Are these maybe the most recent people to defeat? You defeated Tricephalus unarmed? What? The fuck? Or is that me? I'm unarmed. But I'm not. I mean, I guess I'm unarmed because I'm not allowed to have weapons in the round table? What? What the heck am I looking at? Alright, so this one's not unarmed. This one has the Executioner's Sacred Great Axe +1 with Sacred Blade and improved critical hits and some other weapons at level 12. I feel like this might be recent victors. Wait, I don't have access to that character. I think I knew that there were more characters than the ones that I've seen so far. But this does provide some utility because all of these are like level 12 or so or above. Ooh, improved casting speed. That's a good one for you. Staff of Loss with Night Comet and Magic Glint Blade. Yeah, that's cool. I still need to learn how to use the actual skills. So, you know, that says to me that, and it's kind of obvious in both of my runs so far, if I want a chance at defeating the Night Lord in the Night 3 boss, then I need to get to like level 12 by the time it comes to that fight. And I haven't yet. I've been like level 8, and that's not doing nearly enough damage. There's a level 10 in there. That's the journal. The codex is somewhere here, right? Nope. Codex is on the other side near the jar. Swap screen. We've looked at their skills. I might try Guardian. Alright, runes and Merc. Defeating enemies in the lands between will unlock runes. Runes can be used to purchase items, level up characters, and much more. When out on expedition, Merc is accumulated at the round table hold. So yeah, they're separate. Merc can be used to purchase items with the small and other traders. And other traders, huh? I don't know what that means. Yeah, so runes are lost upon launching an expedition, but Merc will remain until spent. I mean, if I don't have runes, like, before I launch an expedition. It's a weird way to phrase that. I mean, what I think they're trying to say is that runes only exist during an expedition. But they make it sound like you can have runes, but they go away when you launch an expedition, which isn't exactly the same thing. In any case, I think I understand it. You know, they're just separate currencies. And Merc, you know, you can't lose your Merc ever. You just accumulate it, and then you can spend it on stuff. But runes you can lose while on expedition and then get back and all that. That's why they called it runes, I think, because it operates on the same mechanic, and Merc is a very different thing. Merc. What an interesting name. Okay, so rescuing from near death. I think I've unfortunately experienced that enough. So the detail here that I wanted to review, though, was like the gauge and how it's adjusted. So it's extended by each brush with death, so it takes longer to bring you back. And if it's been extended because you've died a few times, it'll get shorter while the character remains alive. Okay. And then passing through Sight of Grace restores it. Gotcha. And then if you fully die, revive nearby at the cost of 1 level. So that can happen during the day. Let's see what it says about that. Yeah, I don't know if I've experienced the foe picking up the runes, but it'd be cool to see that. And I think the image they have here is what it looks like. It looks like the enemy has... I think this using a similar visualization to like... when an enemy drops an item and you see a little animation once they get killed. Felled, I guess is the word they use. Night's Tide. Yeah, I've noticed that. Sights of Grace. I think I get this. I think I made more progress with the weapons, the equipment menu this time, this last expedition. I'm gonna have to play with it some more. Status menu, yeah, I looked at it, but again, there's so much detail there. It's hard to like get that muscle memory of where to look at and know what it means at a glance. Ah, this is something I've not seen before. Item shortcuts for when you pop out items from a chest. I've only been using Y to acquire the item, but if you do Y left and right, you cycle acquired items. Okay. And Y up is used as immediately, which is very handy, actually. That probably came through like play testing or something that they figured that out. Huh. Ties to other worlds. Oh, geez. The victim's grief compounds and their yearnings are passed on to the player who claims the heirloom. Whoa. I wonder how that works out. So it's kind of like a curse. Sorry. It's like a curse that's, you know, global. And maybe they randomly decide which expedition it's going to be presented in. And if the player interacts with it, they pass on that grief. Fascinating. It'd be cool to see how that works. Yeah, so gestures was something. While the equipment notice, you can have your character. I think I've done that. Yeah. I think I got the basic stuff about the map figured out. Yeah, knowing these locations are good. Alright, so there's the regular church, I guess, but there's also Great Church. So it's kind of good to know what they've put in each type of place. So forts provide you with strategic maps towards things. Churches provide the sacred seals. Main encampment, just a bunch of enemies. Why am I yawning so much? Ruins, strong foes, and underground chambers. So mining tunnels for ore for tempering armaments. So there you can go to find smithing stones and whatnot. Castle has a bunch of dangerous stuff. Field boss, yeah, that's what that icon is. River jail. Township has merchants with goods. Yeah, regular church. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I was of the assumption that the number of flask uses you had was a function of your level, but it's not. It's going to church that gives you additional flask uses, which makes sense because when we started that last expedition, I set a beacon to the church, and I thought it was just a site of grace, but it may have also increased my flask because I was at 4 flasks. And I didn't know how I got there, and I assumed it was my levels. I'm gonna keep another eye on that, see if it's the case that it's the churches that give you more flask uses. And if it is, then you got to work them into your day routine for sure. All right, sorcerer's stuff. No, okay, so I was wrong. So the that blue flame-looking thing is a spirit stream, not the icon for replenishing FP. Spectral Hawk Tree. You can take to the sky. What? I haven't seen that yet. Alright, so scarabs are marked on the map, so you can find talisman. Alright, buried treasure, okay, whatever. Secret flask refills might be on the map. Some hidden info, a bunch of stuff that might be on the map. Whatever. Ah, okay. There is a map for below ground. Just by pressing down when you're looking at the map. That's good to know. So map pins are just like, you know, your beacon. Yeah, the Y and L3 button. I only saw that show up to me as an option once. I mean, how hard is it, like, to press select to enter the map menu, and then the cursor is immediately at your location, so just press R. Press R3. That seems... I mean, it's as many button presses, so I don't really know why it's a shortcut. Anyway. And then there's shops, sure. Yeah. Armament replication. I didn't know that. I didn't see any of the walking mausoleums. Special smithing table, cool. Material effects. Yeah, I've seen that, of course. Cataclysms, wow. Braving a cataclysm can yield fine accoutrement and a great many runes, but a great risk. Yep. We know the round table hold. Expeditions. Sure, character selection, relic rights. Oh. I'm glad I read this, actually. Let's go back one. Alright. So relic rights, they're not used. Okay. That actually aligns with the other things that I saw, like adding to favorites. I was kind of questioning that, but if they're not used, all that means is that these relics are like a inventory of possibilities, and you combine them into that collection that I guess gets associated with the character, and then when they go on expedition, they go with that collection of relics to start out with, and so you don't lose them in any way by forming them into this set. It's just that that's the current set that you're going to go into battle with, and you could set favorites to try like different combinations that might work for your play style. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I get it now. And relic rights. Yeah, I'm going to go buy one now for... I think the only character I can use it on was the Recluse, who had 2 red slots. Actually, if I buy another color, I could probably make it work for another character. So whoever I'm going to go on expedition next, I'm going to do a couple relics. I'm going to do, one relic combination for them and see how it works. Okay. Here we go. Victor's record menu. Victorious phantoms flow from other worlds. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, okay. So, glean insights by envisioning the battles they experience. That's kind of what I was doing. Only available in online. Oh, online mode. I thought I said offline for a second. I was like, what? Okay, cool. And there's more stuff here. This all looks like pretty basic stuff. Okay. Yeah, all of this stuff seems like to come from Elden Ring, except for like Ultimate Arts and whatnot, which this just explains what button it is. So I got that. I get that. I can come back if I feel like I'm confused. Alright, but this I would actually like. Alright, let's check this out. So, I want to see if they mention the residue. Affinity residue. I don't know. So we have to collect 3 residues. Affinity residues. How are you doing that? Are you doing that? Like that? Yeah, that thing, okay, that was collecting a thing. That was collecting another thing. And then you use them? Let's see, so pure magic seems to be the thing that you unleash after collecting the residues. So you have to use the collect action 3 times. And yeah, it doesn't have like any immediate effect the first time, or each of the first 3 times. And then after you collect all 3, then I'm assuming just using the same button press will now activate it. And maybe I saw that and it kept confusing me because I didn't know what was happening and why it would happen only every so often. Maybe this is why. I might go try it out. What on earth is like double? Okay, so this seems to be just describing the combinations you get. So, if you only collect pure magic, which I'm guessing is blue, 3 times, you release pure magic. I'm guessing fire is the same. If you do 3 fires, you unleash fire, lightning, holy, same. If you do some combination of magic and fire, you get these things. More of those. And then the one of each is an interesting set of combinations. Like one magic, 1 fire, 1 holy restores HP and FP of allies with contact. Like that's really interesting. I like how only her abilities are shown here. That's odd. Like are they so unique that they need to be shown here? Alright, we don't need to mark our second attempt as a favorite, even though it was much better than the first attempt. First attempt is special because it was the first one. Alright, we learned more. I'm gonna go do a relic rite. But before I go to the jar to buy a thing, which is right here, I want to go to the relic table and see. Alright, so maybe I do Raider on my next playthrough. I'd have to have 2 green, so maybe not. Something that requires 2 yellow would work for the Executor. Or Wilder, I could buy a blue. Or Guardian, I could buy a yellow. So if I wanted to try Guardian next, let's take a look at which red one I want to use. Let's take a look at the yellow one first, actually. So the only yellow one we have now is the Polished Luminous Scene. Is that pronounced scene? Or is there a pronunciation that relates to, like, gems? Like, is it skeen in this instance? I don't know. In any case, starting armament deals fire damage, which is pretty good. I think sounds like a nice thing to have. And poison bone darts to start the journey with. Yeah, sure. Like, not the best benefit, but it's something. And then if we did a red one here, do the sizes, like, I don't know, matter? Yeah, so the small one only has one ability. The medium ones have two. So, you know, bigger is better. Alright, so Guardian probably won't be doing any bestial incantations. Poise would be nice. Poise +2 and lightning attack power up. That's pretty good. Yeah, defeating enemies restores HP for allies. With strength +3. I don't know how I say no to that. I was trying to look at the presets.
How can I help?
No, I don't want to talk to you.
May you triumph in battle.
Yeah, it'd be nice if I triumphed in battle. I want to look at these. Okay, that's the presets. Detailed view. I didn't want to... Let's remove this. You don't actually have to do 3. That's actually interesting. I assumed you needed 3, and I was wrong in that assumption. But even though I know that, I'm still gonna buy one. Oh, geez, what was it? Was it blue? I don't like that magic damage thing, though. I don't need that in my weapon if I'm starting with fire damage. For the Guardian. No, it was a yellow. 1 red and 2 yellows, so I need another yellow. So what do you got for me? Lightning Grease? Improved critical hits. Like, that's probably good. Let's buy it. And for the other characters, it'd be nice to have some for the other colors. Because I only have red ones. And I don't know why that is. Let's buy this thing. So is this like a random thing? Kind of like some other games do? Spend a little extra and it's more of like a risk-reward thing. These are one-time onlys. So maybe the system is, you know, they give you these canned ones to start out with. And then I don't know if they get replenished. That's another thing to find out. But this 600 seems to be spend a little more and you don't have control over what you get, but it might be better. That's what I'm getting from this. Alright, I'll buy the blue one just to have it. And then I'll leave, and I'll come back. Okay, so those remain taken for now. Okay, let's make a set here for our Guardian. It automatically sorts. Okay, so now that we got these 3, let's save it as a preset. And let's look at all the presets. And it's for all the characters, it looks like. So this is all we have now. So, slot 1, it looks like we're going to be able to do this. We're going to have multiple sets of relics, it looks like. Based on the fact that this is just slot 1 for each character. And then you press down and it just like, I don't know, has a nicer view of it, which might make more sense when there's more than one slot. Wait. Hold on a sec, I just saw a slot 2. How did that happen? Oh, I'm an idiot. Slot 1 isn't the row, it's the column. Okay, I thought for a second there was going to be more than one of these. Let me try this. What did I just press? Current. Alright, I pressed the R1. Okay, that's all that happened is... It was just R1 switches to the next character's view, and it was giving me a warning because I'm on a screen where there might be loss of input. Okay. Now, if I have these set for one character, can I use them on another? I want to test that out. Let's do one that's red. Let's see. So now that you're on the Raider, are you on the Guardian? You are. So there's no harm in like putting these on every character. It's just to find your favorites. Yeah, detailed view, that's actually a helpful way of illustrating it. So we have enough slots for the Executor, too. I don't think the turning into a beast is not a bestial incantation. Poison, lightning attack power, that's what we got. Yeah, a lot of these, it seems like we're probably going to find a favorite and then just use it for all the characters or something. Okay, so let's say I put this here. Let's save this as a preset, actually. And then let's look at the presets. Alright, so they're unique. It's actually nice that I did it out of order, because that helps me identify that this is unique. Alright, we could do Wilder too, since we got a blue one. Sure, fire damage negation. Why not? Should I save it? I don't know. We can't really give you anything. Alright, let's do this one. I don't know. And yeah, that restoring HP is just way too useful. I think the Raider is a great character for it too. So I'm presuming, yeah, identicals can't be used together. Alright, everyone's got something assigned, I guess. Alright, let's see how long this stream has been going for. I think I might do another run. It's probably another 20 minutes. Can't really tell if I've learned anything. I wanted to be the guardian. So I got to remember that. And we want to find some churches to get our flasks up. Okay, so Steel Guard is just a more powerful guard. That makes sense. Why is there only 2 of us? Oh, here we go. Tarnished and John. Hey, so John is that like stealth character. A bird carrying a bird? Allies already showing a location. Yeah, good. So this is where we are now is a church, a regular church. Am I always the red one? We're going to Everjail. want the runes. That wasn't as much leveling up as I thought. The night's tide grows stronger. What does that mean? That looks like some blood. Hey, you triggered blood loss. How dare you? Don't go that way. Oh, wait. That's a jump. Oh, Jesus. Why did I walk over there? Yay, no fall damage. I don't know where to go. We're all near death. We didn't even make it to the first night boss because we didn't know where to go. It's probably on the map though, right? Oh, that's the Spectral Hawk. That's something. HP recovery successful guards. What an incredible ability for this character. I'm only level 7. Okay. This is amazing. I wasn't guarding. I gained a little bit of health from that. Whoops. Whoops. I should have just been taking hits. Nice. Oh, now help me, buddies. Let's get rid of that. Serpent God's Curve Sword. I have to be min level 7? I am level 7, aren't I? I didn't get my items back, is that why? Oh, that was like way before. Dang. Does it say what dragon halberd it is? That's this one. It's the same merchant inventory, which is interesting. Whoa, boost fire damage? What? Hell yeah. Where are my buddies? Fuck you. Come on, Margit. Jesus, why are you targeting me? I was right there. I was just trying to restore my HP real quick. Thank you, Tarnished. It was the holy damage that got me there. Oh, geez. Tough situation for you. Yeah, get John out. One more. One more for John. Yeah. That's unfortunate. And 60,000 runes, too. Didn't get to level up before we faced them. It was fun. Yet again, it was fun. We got all this good stuff, too. Thorns are sorcery. Hey, dexterity +2. That's pretty good. Nice. So we get to relive. So there's going to be some story beats in here. We get to relive some past moments in probably cinematic form. I will do that, of course, but not now. I want to check with the jar to see if things changed. Okay, so they're one-time only purchases, which I like. Because it makes me feel comfortable buying all of them. And then just having them. And then using any new merc that I get on the Scenic Flatstone. And then eventually when I feel really comfortable, these other things that I probably won't ever use. Alright, let's look at what... Fire pots, don't really care about those, but they are nice to have. Lightning Grease, Sacred Blade. Yeah, don't really care about those, but if I don't see anything else to spend merc on, then I guess I'll use them. But I don't really have anything else I want to do now. I don't want to do another expedition. I don't really want to look at the memory yet either. So I'll just probably call it a stream here. And we can resume... Hey, I have the... Okay, so that's interesting. I have the poison bone darts, probably because the relics are equipped, so it's like shown in the round table. As if it's like, you know, something I currently possess, so that when the expedition starts, they come with me. That's fine. Alright. I think that's gonna do it for now. So thanks for watching. This was fun again. Hopefully my PC build gets improved for next time. The issues that I have are my USB slots seem to be not working properly. And I gotta fix that. And I really hope my camera to OBS is going through USB and not Wi-Fi. I wouldn't want it to go over Wi-Fi when I have, you know, a nice cabled connection right there. But I'll investigate these things and I'll play some more Elden Ring Nightreign. Unfortunately, this game coming out kind of takes some of the thunder from my Baldur's Gate playthrough, because you know, I love Elden Ring and I wanted to try Elden Ring Nightreign, and now that I have, I enjoy it. And I want to try more, and I can imagine that once I start winning a little bit, like I'll be addicted pretty hard. So I wanted to give it a few more shots, see if I get better, good enough to help carry a team to at least the first Night Lord victory. It'd be pretty embarrassing not to even be able to make it through the first Night Lord. And I don't want to be like on a team where 2 people carry me completely. I'd like to at least be able to contribute something to the victory. So I'm going to keep playing until I get to that point at least, and then we'll see. And maybe I could start feathering in some Baldur's Gate again, but it's been a long time since I played Baldur's Gate, like a couple weeks. I remember what was going on. I'm not like lost or anything, but I don't want to let it go for so long that, you know, I start to lose, you know, memory of the story and mechanics and stuff. So I'll see what I can do. All right, see ya.